Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 61 of What If Tsunade Was Naruto's mother. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and stay in tune because after this I'm gonna be posting a new episode of What If Naruto created his own village. And over on Anime King 2, I'm gonna be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan mix, and also What If Naruto was taken by Orochimaru. So stay in tune for those guys and enjoy when you're out. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. And also comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. So, to do a recap from the last part we left off, Naruto, along with Kushina, Sakura and Kakashi, went on a mission to capture the spy that was working for Sasori, as Naruto and his team were hiding in the bushes while Kakashi went off, disguised as Sasori. The spy turned out to be Teiwaya, one of the Zone 4 ninjas that they fight in the forest, where Sasuke went with Orochimaru that day. It was then shown to be a trap, as Jirobo, Kidomaru, Seikon and Ukon appear, along with Orochimaru, as Naruto and his team jumped out of the forest and entered the battle. Quickly, everyone started to attack. Orochimaru sent out a signal and a group of sound ninjas appear as they trapped Kakashi and Kushina inside of a barrier, one resembling the same one that Orochimaru faced off against Hiruzen in. So this left Naruto and Sasuke to fight out by themselves, but Naruto was more than enough to take on these guys, until all of the ninjas start to focus on Naruto as they surrounded him. They let the earth turn into quicksand and Naruto started to sink, as two of them sent out chains and wrapped around his hand, stretching them apart so he wouldn't perform hand sign. Kidomaru then fired 3 arrows towards Naruto to impale him. Sakura then threw 3 kunais as she blocked the arrows, as she looked at Naruto, who ripped off the chain off of him because of his monstrous strength. But then, Naruto heard something stab. As he turned to see Teiwaya behind Sakura, her sword threw Sakura back, bursting through her chest, piercing her heart. Naruto dashed forward as Teiwaya jumped back, as Naruto tried to heal Sakura, but there was no healing to do, as she was already dead. Naruto then started to flip out. He made her a promise. She was one of his friends. No, she couldn't die like that, as Naruto attacked the Zone 4 in a primal, brutal state, showing his monstrous strength. None of them were a match for him, as Naruto was able to take Seikon, Ukon, Kidomaru, and Jirobo down instantly. He then smashed the bridge as all of the Sound Ninjas collapsed and the barrier fall. Naruto then went after Teiwaya, as he knocked her up on the shore. He was going to kill her when Kakashi and Kushina appeared, as she was a spy and they could get intel from her. Naruto then turned his sights towards Orochimaru, but not before creating a wood clone to bring Sakura's body towards Kushina and Kakashi, as they tie up Teiwaya. Naruto then went at it with Orochimaru, as Orochimaru was underestimating Naruto, as Naruto beat the absolute crap out of him, as he had to resort to coming out of his body 4 times, and that almost killed him. So he ran away and Naruto chased behind him. Kakashi then told Kushina to go ahead and snap Naruto out of the state that he was in, but she can use her chakra chains to control him if need be. Naruto then went as he found Orochimaru at the hideout. Naruto summoned a clone. As the clone went off, it was an explosive clone. The clone searched as the clone found Orochimaru packing up his lab, as the clone exploded. But Orochimaru wasn't killed by that explosion, as Naruto screamed out Sasuke's name as Sasuke snapped his eyes open. A Sound Ninja then told Sasuke that they have to go, as Orochimaru gave them the order to leave this hideout. And Sasuke was on the podium as he was ready to leave the hideout. But Naruto burst through the wall as the both of them came face to face with each other for the first time in 4 years. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can check out the place and check it out yourself. So let's start this new episode. Naruto was looking up at Sasuke as Sasuke was glaring down at Naruto. "It's your fault. All of this is your fault," Naruto shouted. "What is my fault?" said Sasuke. "She's dead because of you." Sasuke narrowed his eyes at Naruto. "Sakura is dead because of you," he said, as Sasuke's eyes twitched a bit here and that. "If we never came out here searching for this spy to find you, then she would be safe at home. Everything would be alright. If you never left the village in the damn first place, seeking more power. But it doesn't matter now. She's already gone," said Naruto, as a few tears escaped his eyes. "My fault. I discarded my bonds with that village a long time ago. I want nothing to do with that place. It wasn't giving me any power. But you guys kept on searching and trying to find me. It doesn't matter what you guys do. I wouldn't go back to that village. Because the power I seek is nowhere at that village, and if I ever stay there, I would just become weak and pathetic. So don't say it's my fault, it's all yours. Searching for me for all these years. Just give up on me. And it's not my fault that she's worthless and she ended up dying," said Sasuke. As that did it, that made Naruto snap. Inside of the mindscape, Naruto come face to face with Kurama. Their relationship has changed over the 4 years, seeing that Naruto removed the suppressions of his Senju bloodline, making Kurama able to move freely inside the mindscape. Well, he wasn't free, but at least he wasn't sleeping all the time because of Naruto suppressing him. So the both of them made a deal. Kurama wouldn't try to control Naruto as long as Naruto removed all those binds. "So, I can see it in your heart. The Uchiha is really pissing you off, even after your friend died. He talked like she doesn't matter, and she was always trying to save him," said Kurama. "I need you to cut me off from your power," said Naruto. "What?" said Kurama. "We had a deal, remember? I don't want to lose my head in this battle. He's going to pay for what he said. This is all his fault, and I'm going to show him with my own strength. So, don't give me any of your power." "Cut me off," said Naruto. "As you wish," Kurama said. As Naruto exited the mindscape, his eyes and his fingernails and his fang returned back to normal. As he took a deep breath in and out, Naruto then looked up at Sasuke. "Sasuke, over the years back at Konoha, you were always selfish and a jerk. But this, you just pushed it to another level. Sakura is dead, and I blame you for everything. It doesn't matter if she wasn't strong enough. If you hadn't left the village, she wouldn't be out here in the first place. And you say that she's too weak? You know what? She loved you. She loved you with all her heart. She cared about you so much she begged me that day to bring you back. I tried my best and I failed. And I hated myself for failing her that day. Because I wasn't strong enough. And now, you disrespect her like that, saying that she's weak? You have really gone off the wrong end, Sasuke. But as I say, it doesn't matter now." Naruto then looked up. "Sakura, wherever you are, turn your head," he said. As he then looked back at Sasuke. "No more. No more chasing after you, crap. It's time we end this. One of us is leaving here today, and it's gonna be me, over your dead body." In a flash, Sasuke appeared beside Naruto, his hand on Naruto's shoulder. "Are you so sure about that?" His other hand on his sword. "Yes, I am," said Naruto. As Naruto grabbed Sasuke and the both of them spin around, as Naruto released him as Sasuke flipped over and landed to the side. The Soul Ninja jumped off the podium and came down with a sword in his hand to try and cut Naruto. Naruto's hand glowed with chakra as Naruto snapped the sword in half. He then slammed his fist in the Soul Ninja's face. The Soul Ninja crashed into the wall, killing him quickly. Naruto then pulled out a scroll as he bit his thumb as he released two long katanas with red hilt and a shiny white blade with the marking of a dragon on the hilt. As Naruto picked them up and looked at Sasuke, a leaf was flowing from the sky. The leaf then fell in the center as the both of them dashed forward as they slashed their sword together. Sasuke then felt pain on his arm as he looked down to see a cut. As the both of them started to begin their Kenjutsu battle as sparks were flying everywhere and slashing at each other. As Sasuke felt pain on his leg, what the hell, Sasuke said as he saw another cut. He then jumped back, but Naruto followed him. In a breeze, "I'm not holding up," said Naruto, as the both of them attacked each other again. As Sasuke found himself being cut from all angles. "What the hell," Sasuke said, as he then went through hand sign, "Chidori stream!" As Chidori covered his body as Naruto flipped back, as Sasuke huffed and puffed. "I guess you're wondering where those cuts came from. Sasuke, I have trained for 4 years by Jiraiya, Kushina Uzumaki, and Yamato. You have been here with that pedophile snake, and you really think you can beat me? My skills, my power is far above you." Sasuke activated his three-totem Sharingan. "Well, we will just have to see about that," he said, as he looked at Naruto. Naruto then found himself in a dark room as Sasuke emerged from the darkness. Sword was all above Naruto, about 1,000 swords. "Now, suffer," Sasuke said, as he lowered his hand. But the world started to crack as Naruto broke through the Genjutsu. "Do you really think a weak Genjutsu like that could affect me?" Naruto dashed forward again as the both of them started to slam their swords together. As Sasuke realized that Naruto was enhancing his swords with chakra. As Naruto brought them down hard, Sasuke had to jump back because Naruto cut right through his own sword. Naruto dropped his two swords as he speed through hand sign. "Earth style, earth smash," he said as he slammed his leg on the ground. A giant earth hand emerged from the ground as he tried to hit Sasuke, but Sasuke jumped back. As he looked over at Naruto, he speed through hand sign. "Fire style, fireball jutsu," he said as the intense fireball hit down where Naruto was. As Sasuke let out a breath of relief. "That dope really think he can kill me?" he said. "I do," said a voice. As Sasuke jumped back, but it was too late as Naruto grabbed onto his shoulder. Sasuke then winced out in pain as Naruto dislocated his shoulder. As Sasuke jumped back, as he cursed while holding onto his shoulder with his left hand. He looked at Naruto panting. As Naruto then smashed his hand into the ground as the entire place was destroyed. Sasuke had to jump back, but in the midst of the debris, he saw something moving towards him at blinding speed. Before he could react, Naruto planted his fist into Sasuke's stomach as Sasuke coughed up blood. Naruto then brought her on his leg as he slammed it into Sasuke as a few ribs broke at that moment. Sasuke was sent spiraling down to the ground as Sasuke was leaking blood while going down. Naruto ran through hand sign in mid-air. "Lightning release. Lightning shower," Naruto said as he brought down the lightning as Sasuke winced out in pain as the electricity rushed through his body and over it. But he flared up his chakra and used his electricity to counter the effect so it wasn't so damaging, so that it wouldn't fry him alive. Naruto then crashed from the sky as he landed above Sasuke. As he looked down at him, as Naruto could only see the image of Sakura and her death as she got stabbed through the heart. You bastard," Naruto screamed out. "It was all for her sake, to bring you back. To bring you back, she begged me that night. That has always been on my mind. I don't like to let people down. She was my friend. One of my close friends," Naruto said. She She loved you and I could see that from afar. Now I understand what love truly means. As Ino have love for me. And I see now, Sakura. She was completely in love with you, but you turned her down every chance that you got. And now she's gone. And I can see it in your face. You don't even look like you give one damn about it. As Sasuke tried to raise his hand, but Naruto grabbed it as Naruto twisted Sasuke's hand. Sasuke cried out in pain. As he coughed up some blood, he glared up at Naruto. It doesn't matter what you say, dope. If you're going to kill me, go ahead and kill me. And enough of your nonsense talking. You don't even give a crap, don't you? Said Naruto. He grabbed Sasuke by the face and raised him up into the air as Naruto jumped up on the podium. As he released Sasuke and grabbed him by the hair. Look, said Naruto. As Sasuke was looking out at nothing. Let me go, you dope, Sasuke cursed. I said look! As Sasuke looked out to see nothing. Exactly, nothing. You have been training for so long, but yet still you have nothing that can beat me. You thought by going with Orochimaru you will gain some sort of power boost? What have you gained? A couple of kenjutsu, a bit of fighting style, and some more use over your Sharingan. But other than that, you have nothing. How do you think that you're going to beat Itachi? Itachi Uchiha, the man is far powerful than you. Back then, I was nothing compared to him. He was just toying with me. And you think with this power level, this weak strength that you have, you can defeat him? You have gained nothing over the years, Sasuke. You've just become a more disappointment. Can't you see that you waste your entire life on vengeance and hatred and darkness? But you still haven't gained anything, any true power. What do you have? Huh, Sasuke? What do you have? Naruto said. As Sasuke was looking out at the horizon, as Naruto's words were hitting him like a bullet. It was true. Everything that Naruto said was true, Sasuke said to himself. He has been pushing himself to get stronger to defeat Itachi for what he did to the clan. He has let himself be consumed by hatred. He cut all ties with Konoha to get stronger. But yet still Naruto came here and showed him that he was nothing. He was able to defeat me so easily after I worked my ass off trying to get stronger. This doesn't make sense, Sasuke said. And her, he said, thinking about Sakura, as a small tear ran from his eye as it fell to the ground. But Naruto didn't see it because he was looking out. Sasuke then went silent as Naruto then looked at him as he then chuckled. It has all been for nothing, he said. Wasted all my time trying to get stronger. But you came here and showed me that I'm still not strong enough to defeat even you. How could I match up to Itachi? Naruto then spoke. It doesn't matter if you see a life-changing event, Sasuke. I'm still going to kill you. I can't forgive you. It is your fault that she is dead. And there's a burning hatred inside of me that wants to rip you to pieces right now. And I'm holding that back. So it doesn't matter what happened. You will be dead soon. So you won't have to worry about Itachi or anything. You can just rest in the eternal sleep. Naruto then used his wind chakra as he manipulated the sword, as the sword flew over to him as he caught it in his left hand. He was still holding on to Sasuke as he placed the sword at Sasuke's neck. As Sasuke looked at Naruto, Naruto then heard the wall beside of him exploded. As Orochimaru came out, well, he has changed a lot as he towered above Naruto in his 8-headed snake form as he was in the center. Senju Naruto, Orochimaru cried out. Don't you dare touch my vessel, he said. Too late, said Naruto as he swiped his sword as Sasuke started to wheeze out as blood was gushing everywhere. As He felt his life being drained out of his body as Naruto threw his body down to the ground. As Sasuke's body hit the ground, that thud. As his eyes then closed. As Naruto looked up, "Sakura, I'm sorry," he said. Naruto then looked at Orochimaru, who was going mad and crazy, as the other snakeheads were hissing and drooling. "I should have killed you back then," said Orochimaru. "Yeah, you should have. You stabbed me with a poison and expected me to die. But you should have waited or killed me yourself. Now look, Sasuke is dead. And those eyes of his, I will make sure you will not get them." As Orochimaru then sent one of the snakeheads towards Naruto, Naruto jumped back as he speed through hand sign. "Fire style. Fire stream," Naruto said, as a stream of fire hit Sasuke's body, burning him to a crisp. As Orochimaru was pissed off even more, all of the snakeheads then rushed at Naruto. As Naruto jumped back, evading and avoiding them, they were coming down hard. One of them then arrived next to Naruto as he opened his mouth, as a stream of fire was released. Naruto speed through hand sign, "Wood style, wood dome," he said, as a wood dome was created around him. The other snakeheads then closed in, as they all started to release fire on the wood dome. But it was not going down. And all of a sudden, it started to crack, as they started to force more fire on it. When they heard a sound behind them, something was spinning in the air. "Rasen Shuriken," said Naruto as he was behind the snakes. He sent down the Rasen Shuriken on the first one, as the Rasen Shuriken exploded on the snake head, ripping it off its body, leaving 7 behind. As the wood dome then cracked to reveal a giant hole in the ground. Naruto then speed through hand sign. "Wood style, wood spear," said Naruto as he slammed his hand together, as giant wood spears break from the ground and stab the snakes all over, as the snakes whisked out in pain, as Orochimaru was in the center, on the tongue. Naruto then created 5 clones, as each clone did a Rasen Shuriken, 2 lightning, 1 wind, 1 fire, and 1 water Rasen Shuriken, as the 5 of them rushed forward and threw it towards a snake with a huge boom, ripping off 3 of his head. The rest of the head launched at Naruto, as Naruto was in the dead center, as Naruto smiled as the head was coming down to him. "Wood style. Wood eruption," said Naruto as he slammed his hand on the ground, as a giant, tall spear podium erupted, piercing the snake right through its chin, bursting through his head. As Naruto rushed forward on the wood podium, as he rushed towards the rest of the snakes, as there were 3 of them left, as the 3 of them attacked Naruto and tried to take a huge bite out of him. As Naruto flipped out of the way, he went through hand sign in mid-air. "Lightning release. Lightning shower," said Naruto as he rained down lightning on them, but it didn't seem very effective as the snake went through it like it was nothing. As he ran through hand sign, "Water style. Water dragon," as he released a giant water dragon after sucking the moisture in the air, as it slammed into the snake, pushing it back a bit. As he looked at the one in the center, that where Orochimaru is, Naruto then called for his 2 swords as he used his wind manipulation and bring them towards him. He then dashed forward at the snakes, tried to take a bite out of him, smashing into the ground. Naruto stabbed his 2 swords into one of them head as the snake flared about, as he released his swords, as he went down, speeding through the air, as he saw the one Orochimaru was in. As Orochimaru opened the snake's mouth wide, ready to chomp down on Naruto, as Naruto was speeding down, Naruto held up his hand as he built a Rasengan. "You think that can kill me, Senju?" said Orochimaru. "I am immortal!" As Orochimaru opened his mouth, as a sword came out, as he thrust it forward towards Naruto. Naruto brought up his hand as a sword pierced right through his hand as he turned the direction of the sword. As Orochimaru was surprised, as Naruto then came in close, as he planted the Rasengan straight into Orochimaru's face, tearing a giant hole right through him. But Naruto wasn't done there, As he ripped the sword out of his arm, he was still inside the snake mouth. As Naruto started to flare his chakra. As he speed through hand sign, wood style, wood devastation, said Naruto as he slammed his hand together. As the snakes start to shake, as wood spears start to burst out of every part of their body, ripping them to pieces. It was then that Kushina arrived. As she took in everything that was going on, as she couldn't believe it, as the snake was being ripped from the inside out. The snake then collapsed to the ground as Naruto fell out of his mouth, saliva all over him. As Naruto then collapsed down, as he was breathing heavily, he used a lot of chakra during that fight. As he collapsed on his back looking up at the sky. Even though he won, he still didn't feel happy. Sakura was dead and he had to kill Sasuke. So he still didn't feel happy. Kushina rushed over to him. She knew basic medical ninjutsu as she started to heal Naruto's hand. As Naruto slowly opened his eyes. Kushina, he said. Don't worry, I'm here. Everything's gonna be fine, she said. As she healed Naruto's hand. As Naruto then picked up himself. What happened, she said. Well, Orochimaru transformed in that giant snake over there. So I took him down. He's now dead. And I also... As Naruto turned his head as Kushina looked over to see. Wait, is that Sasuke? She said. Yeah, I killed him, said Naruto. You killed him? But I thought your goal was to bring him back to the village. No more, said Naruto. That was a stupid goal. He would have never come anyway. So it's all over now, said Naruto. As he tried to stand, but his legs started to wobble as Kushina caught him. Stop pushing yourself, she said to him. I know what happened is sad. But if you get yourself killed, what would it mean, she said to him. As Naruto looked at her without saying a word. He then went back down as he sat down on the ground. He then lied down as his strength and his power was slowly recovering. 30 minutes later, Naruto got off the ground. As Kushina was looking over on Sasuke, remains after Naruto torched him with that fire jutsu. As Kushina was surprised when she saw the body, she thought that it was just a random sound ninja that Naruto faced off against. But Naruto really did Sasuke brutal as she looked over at Naruto. As Naruto looked over at her. As she doesn't know what it is, but Naruto has changed. His eyes. Yeah, his eyes have changed. And she knows exactly why. It's because of him seeing his friend get cut down right in front of him. What are we going to do about the body? She said. There is no body to bring back to Konoha. He's dead and that's it. So, leave it, said Naruto. We still have to bring proof that the Uchiha is really down, and also a sample from this monster, said Kushina as she looked over at the giant snakes. At least Orochimaru had some remains. Kushina took out 2 scrolls as she sealed away Sasuke, ashes and remains, as she then sealed away a part of Orochimaru to bring back to Konoha. Let's go, said Naruto, as him and Kushina walked off. They then arrived as they saw Kakashi, Teiwaya, who was now conscious, as Kakashi was trying to get some early details from her before they interrogate her back at Konoha. Naruto had both swords in his hands as he looked at Teiwaya. What happened? Kakashi asked Kushina. It's done, she said. Naruto then walked up to Teiwaya as she glared at him. Without saying a word, Naruto swiped. Naruto, said Kakashi, as Teiwaya's head rolled off her body. As Kushina looked at Naruto. What have you done? She said. Orochimaru is dead, and so is Sasuke. Kakashi's eye went wide when he heard about the Sasuke part. So, there is no need to gather the spy. It's time to go home, said Naruto. As Kakashi already sealed Sakura's body so they could transport it to Leaf much easier. As Naruto walked off, the two of them looked at each other. As they looked at Naruto was walking off. "Well, I guess we should go," said Kushina. As the group went off, it took some time, but the group finally made it back to Konoha at the gates. As the trip was silent, only Kushina and Kakashi talking. As Naruto was angry and depressed, they could see that. As Naruto was looking at the gates, even though he killed Sasuke and Orochimaru, he still didn't feel like he won. Maybe it's because Sakura died. As he now felt something when a close friend to him died. He never felt that feeling before, and it is really getting to him. He always wanted to protect his friends. "Friends," said Naruto, as he looked at the gates, remembering no one knew about this yet. Her mother. As Naruto's legs felt shaky. Her mother. What is her mother going to think? "I was there," said Naruto. "Why wasn't I able to protect her?" he said. Naruto then walked past Izumo and Kotetsu. "Hey Naruto," the both of them said. But Naruto didn't look at them as he walked in the village. As Kakashi then told them that he's going through a bad time right now. So just pardon him for that. As they check in and enter the village. As they were going straight to the Hokage's tower. But Naruto then heard someone call his name. Well, someone. As he then turned to see Ino, Mai, and Temari. As they were doing some shopping. As Naruto felt his heart sink as he looked at the three of them. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also stay in tune for the rest of the what ifs coming your way, guys. And thank you for all of your help and your support. But I'm out for now. Peace.